Alright, so I haven't played this in a few years. This is not the final Ultra Omega Pony Ponezord cut. This is the director's cut. And because this is probably Hitbox exclusive, I'm going to remove dashboard chat. We're also removing dashboard chat, and I know it's going to make bed viewers sad, along with mobile viewers. But I'm doing a self-imposed challenge that came up as a joke before the start of this broadcast. We're going kid-friendly Oregon Trail here. I'm gonna do my damnedest in my current mental state here at 3 in the morning to limit my usage of profanities. But the moment I let loose with profanity, which is ultimately determined by when I think I let loose, I'm the arbiter on this, then chat will be unleashed, bed chat will be restored, and I'll re-enable the dashboard and we'll get on with it. But violence is totally kid-friendly, because that's what America teaches me, but not a nipple. No obscenities. We have to defend Earth from, stuff. From very bad things happening. See, I haven't played this in a few years. It'll probably be fine. Campaign mode, I guess. This is gonna take forever. I haven't played in a bit, so I'll just warm up, in quotations, with difficult mode. Yes, that's great. Co-op mode. Who cares about your hopes and dreams? We'll be... we want to promote, racial inclusiveness here. Let's get on with it live. So I am choosing the dude here, as seen, depicted. Okay. So, let me see if I can get my aiming down from Oregon Trail. It's been a bit. But thankfully, for now, I have this little guide. I don't remember what difficulty this disappears on. It could very well be difficult, and I just have it for this little tutorial section. It might only be suicidal. Alright, so I'm out of ammo, I'm a failure. Thankfully, we're going to be saved by Tutorial Man here. Save me, Tutorial Man. Awesome. Well, then, it looks like I just saved your bacon. I reckon we stand a better chance out there if we stick together. My name is Grimith. I used to be a priest. Not much use for those nowadays. What's your name, partner? Kid-friendly... Man. Couldn't... That's the furthest I could go. Kid-friendly. Which, I guess it fits, so that's cool. We're gonna call myself Ninja Babies. Alright, do I know anyone we could trust in a pinch? Well, let me think here. People I could trust with these stressful endeavors. Well, obviously, it's going to be Metal Slime. It's going to be Master Reaper. It's going to be Bladed Edge. And it's going to be Dark Destinies. Dark Destiny. Fantastic. Correct. There's a good chance if they're still alive, they'll be... Look, man, you guys have probably seen this before. But if you haven't, it's an Oregon Trail-like. It's really long. I don't have time to narrate. And I don't have a convenient button where he does narration for us. Okay. Let's follow along here. Lead us, Clements. Practice moving and shooting. Look, man, we're in an apocalyptic scenario. I don't have time to be burning ammunition and all these crazy things. Cool. You'll drive. 135 miles to Washington, D.C. Ninja Babies and Clements. Yes, you are totally a kid-friendly individual, Metal Slime Hunt. And of course, Tutorial Man is completely falling apart, as is his lot in life. Good news, though, is that we've reached Washington, D.C. Just as the station wagon runs out of fuel, you coast into the city. You can hear a radio blaring in a nearby window. Repeat, all survivors who still remain in Washington, D.C. The government has declared a Class 3 biohazard in the area. They'll be commencing a nuclear strike within a few short hours. Get out while you can. The city is lost. Looks like we have a time problem. Take my journal. Cool. So, I remember how to play this. I mean, how could you possibly forget? I've done a bunch of endless stuff on, like, suicidal difficulty. I would probably never forget how to play this game. At no point would I forget how to play this. No. No, probably no. That would probably never happen. I may have forgotten how to play this. You know, no, we'll be fine. We don't need money. Money is a crutch that holds the man down. With... I'm torn here. What do you recommend? 8 tanks. Emergencies. Find money while scavenging. Food. 240 ounces a day of food in a group of 5. We need ammunition, for sure. So, med kits are for the weak. That's what we're doing. Hello, SKS. Welcome to kid-friendly Hitbox broadcast. I am going to be kid-friendly. Hitbox chat will be kid-friendly, or else they're going to be getting timeouts from me. Kid-friendliness will break the moment I stop being kid-friendly, which is a arbitrary moment determined by me. My friends have joined the party. Alright, Clements. May God have mercy on you. Ninja babies put down Clements. Okay. So. We've got Ninja Babies, Metal Slime, Master Reaper, Bladed Edge, and Dark Destiny here in our totally kid-friendly broadcast of Oregon Trail. I would like to stop, please. Thank you. It has been some time since I've played this game, of course, as I've noted. But there are some adjustments I will be making from the get-go, like traveling the middle speed. Because the longer you are in one of these games with random events, the more likely the game is to throw frowny faces at you. Oh, Chad, I'm glad you're behaving. But of course, I can't enable you for bed viewers. Because who knows what scandalous activities you might do if I showed you to the world. Well, thanks, Thief. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you were there for me. Wow, so we're already down a muffler and a battery. Good thing we picked those up. Let's scavenge during high zombie activity. I've never done this before. What is this concept of, like, different weapon types? What is this world? Okay, on difficult mode, we do still have the guidelines. Great. I feel slow. Which is unfortunate. I would like to be faster. I feel like I was faster in Oregon Trail. Probably because of the cycles, though. And I only had 2 item drops. Regrettable. But we managed to do some manner of success. So that's great, everyone. We got some money for our time. Everyone is happy. We're just defeating those zombies, making the world a better place as we escape. Thank you, events. I really appreciate it. Sure, game. Why not? Because I didn't just select difficult mode, I selected, you remember all those choices you made? All those meaningful things about picking up random supplies? It's a good thing you made those choices. Now let's set the supplies on fire. Well, that's to be expected, everyone. Escaping from zombies is pretty hard. So, I don't like doing defense missions. Those are really scary for me. And so I'm going to let those alone despite the opportunities. $58 for a GPS. Gonna let that one go instead of making all kinds of crazy wheeling and dealings. Do you have any medkits, though? Yeah, but I'm not exactly swimming in a wonderful opportunity to pick up a medkit. None of those jobs would give me a medkit. I guess I'm gonna let this opportunity go. Maybe. What time is it? Midnight. I could probably stand to rest. For 2 hours, I suppose. Beautiful. Now it's 2 a.m. Oh right, there's this new repair thing. Instead of just, like, selecting a crazy slider. Right. Right. I've never done that before until just then. That was fun, everyone. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I got to experience that all with you. Let's do it again, I guess. I'm terrible at it. I'm also running low on food. It's great. Also, I should be running large rations. I know, as I'm running out of food, right? Let's buy some food. This feels sacrilegious for me to spend this money on food. But here we are, in these dark times. Yes, I'm sure. I want to leave town. I must cross a horde of zombies. They're large and agitated. Break out the guns! America! Uh-oh. America failed, everyone. We lost a tire and we lost some fuel. Thankfully, we had 2 spare tires. Yeah, now we're down to 1, and we lost some fuel there, which is very valuable and precious, but it's okay. It's okay. We're totally gonna get some good supplies here. Ninja babies will guide us to victory. All will be well. See, there's some scrap. Now we just have to survive an inordinately long period of time. Oh, hey, there was a third pickup. Happy days. Sirs, I'm going to have to ask you to cease and desist. This aiming system, right. Just getting re-familiar with the controls. I'm okay with playing on this difficulty. I can handle myself. That's right, air conditioner. Let's go. We must soar across the road. Because everything in this game is terrible. We're once again dehydrated. Oh, and we're out of food. Right. That's a thing. I guess I should have picked up more food. I'm not really used to this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, groceries. I would have preferred a shopping cart, but here we are all the same. Maybe I shouldn't have increased Rations to high. You know? Upon further reflection, it may have been a little overzealous on my part. Well, Lord knows the game is trying. We'll see if I'm deserving of this. This is a terrible position, brought to you by sadness. But we were only able to bring back 250 ounces. We're gonna keep rations as they are, then. It's a sign from the Lord. The Lord says, help yourself to food. And so it came to pass that I helped myself with food. Still upsets me that I spent so much money on food back in, what, Pittsburgh, was it? But those were desperate times, I guess. Hey, sack of money. Yes, Russ, we donated 50 ounces of food to the local charity because we would not have wanted it to go to waste. Zombies no zombieing. Zombies no zombieing. Aw, man. Great. We are swimming in opportunity right now. Everything is wonderful. I dislike being a short distance from, like, our destination. Feels like such a waste, that hour of transit there. All kinds of sad face. What do you have to teach me? Something I cannot afford. What a surprise. We may or may not need to repair the vehicle. Bandits. Suicidal difficulty. I would... You know, this is telling that I would rather do the suicidal bandits than I would the normal defense. There's something wrong with me there. Well, they handed me ammo. I mean, I guess that's important. I haven't used any of those other weapons before. And you know, I don't plan on experimenting. Our parents encourage us to try new things. But our parents were not being threatened by zombies. Oh, here comes the disadvantaged zombies. Here's a bigger one. Fantastic. And in no way, shape, or form tedious. Leaned over to get a sip of tea there. I guess I'll leave the suicidal job behind. We did a normal defense. And suicidal is, well, extremely challenging. And there's no need for challenge here. We're just relaxing together. I don't have any medkits. Should I, like, rectify that? Maybe. Let's see what we can do about repairing this vehicle. We're doing this during great travel time, of course. Great scavenge time. And great travel time, but that probably needed to be done. Our wagon has suffered a great deal of abuse due to the fact that I'm traveling at a normal speed. Alright, I'm getting better at it. Great! I am very pleased with my success there. And because we have sums of cash, I am going to purchase, in fact, a medkit. I am also going to buy some fuel. 1 can. And we'll buy... We probably do not need to purchase ammunition at this point in time. There we go, all is well. We shall depart. And we'll do a bit of scavenging. Okay. Move my chair. And get ready to run. A paltry sum of food. We shall endure, however. Probably. I have the utmost confidence in the capabilities of ninja babies. Hit that disadvantaged zombie. It's for the greater good. If I did not euthanize these zombies, they would consume the flesh of other living creatures. I am protecting God's Earth. Let us proceed. I could use a battery, because the game has taken my other 2 batteries away from me. Through unjust actions. Good work, Dark. Got rid of that exhaustion right quick. Very proud of you. Oh, metal slime. Why? Maybe you'll get rid of it pretty quick, too. Okay, so here's the auto shop. Today's special is an easy grow garden that generates 1 ounce of food an hour. Great. Wonderful. So I would only consume 14 ounces of food instead of 15 ounces of food. I'm a little skeptical, right? It doesn't seem like the best usage of my resources. What kind of jobs you have for me? A dangerous defense. I am weakest at defenses, and I do not wish to challenge myself. That sounds like effort, and I am no good at applying myself. That battery, huh? Battery costs $47. That would give me enough. We'll do a bit of scavenging. You know, it's only deadly outside right now. $50! That would give me the battery. James Hetfield sang about that. I might not get to that scrap, though. I might not even get out of this position. It's very dangerous to be on the edge of the screen like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Good work, ninja babies. I'm proud of you. Now we can buy that battery. $47, I don't know whether that's a good deal for a battery, but I'm gonna take it. I am pleased with my capable talents. Thank you to all of you who contributed and held your hands up to the screen to lend me your power. Just remember, zombie no zombie. I'm considering the purchase of more food. Despite the scarcity of money, right? But food is relatively cheap there, and yes, we shall depart town. And travel here. Oh boy. Stop, 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 stop. We're going to rest for 3 hours. Get the health totals back up. Dark Destiny has not recovered from his horrid ailment. We'll have to make do, though. He'll have to make do. Didn't see that coming. 41 food. Good work, Bladed Edge. You thought quickly and handed the zombies some food instead of your flesh. Dark Destiny no longer has dysentery. We'll pay our respects. Oh no! This is why I was worried about paying respects. The dead are restless. We have nearly reached Indianapolis. We are also out of food. That's never happened before. These are dark times. I keep burning through my food because I have my rations set to high. Let's find some more food. I know we're very close to town, and we could perhaps purchase more food there, now that we have money. There's also some ammunition, but hey, there's food too. Let us excel, ninja babies. Let us excel at everything. Oh, there's more money down there. Oh, no! No! Oh, I missed. Ninja babies. Lost a great deal of health there with that error. Yikes. We'll have to be more careful in the future. All the same, we managed to get some food and some sum of cash. Bladed Edge now has cholera. Tragic. Bandits missions? We'll take this dangerous one. Never tried the pistol before, so we'll look into it. Oops. I poorly aimed. Ah, he didn't poke his head up in time. Got him. I gave him a portable hug, everyone. That's what happened. Portable hug. You can put it in your pocket and carry it with you. It's your friend. Like me. These longer reload times are not bad. Whenever you can just hide behind cover here. Oops, a little off. Gotta carefully aim my portable hug. One more. Oh, close. Yay! Everyone's been hugged. I got $10. What a great deal. Pistol wasn't bad. Really enjoyed having that cover there, though. What can you teach me? 20% less damage from losing a combat? Well, that would be somewhat useful considering how much damage I took. I don't know how much 20% makes a difference, though. Like, 20% in the grand scheme of things doesn't seem that big of a deal, right? But what do I know? We're gonna buy some more food, since I seem to have a problem keeping that. For reasons that we're all familiar with. But which probably will not change. Okay, fine. We'll set the rationing down to medium. There. There. Zombie activity is low, so I'm going to do some scavenging. hopefully I successfully aim all of my attacks this time. Hey, Box Chat, I am enjoying your participation in this family-friendly broadcast. Thank you all for coming out. I am enjoying your company. And really, for those of you watching in bed, or at another time in the future, when this becomes a video on demand, I'm glad that you all came out to experience this. Each and every one of you means something to me. Thank you for being along. I will attempt to demonstrate that I am worth your time. Come along, Ninja Babies. Of course, I'm not suffering from self-esteem, but I just want to make sure that it's time well spent here, and let's get on with it live. Isn't that right, air conditioner? Now let's quickly scamper away from this individual. We are doing exceptionally well hunting during this low zombie activity. Hopefully we do not bleed the area dry, so that fellow scavengers are unable to acquire valuable resources. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm only laughing because I'm enjoying our time together. Oh, boy. Good, good. $78. Oh, we're just $2 short of the combat ability. Alright, this will be enough money, everyone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's the Hug Express! No! No hugs! Please! I give hugs! I don't take hugs! Uh-oh. I'm not Bailey! Please! Someone else needs your hugs more than I do. Ha! Good. We hugged them tired, everyone. We did it. That was immensely stressful. Because he demands very energetic hugs. Let us purchase some ammunition. And this is great time to still continue to hunt or travel, of course. I will scavenge for one more turn. That's right, Tolpanzer. We hugged him down. We hugged him out of the woods. Farewell, Mechanical Unicorn. Another $40. We have an embarrassment of riches. We shall now leave town. Oh no, a biker gang! They're disappointed that we hugged Mr. Huggles out of hugs! And they want to hug too. They're so desperate that they're ramming straight into our station wagon. Please. There's no need for violence like this. We don't want to hurt anyone. We are a peaceful people of station wagon travelers. Oh, this is dreadful. But if we stopped to hug all of them, we would never escape to Oregon. Oh. That was morbid. We are going to repair the vehicle now. Getting better. I do dislike, however, that everyone's health is slightly worsening, as we are spending all of this time working on the vehicle. Oh no, I did not do so well that time. Regrettable. That should be sufficient. Let us vamos. The way is impassable only for an hour, better than 10 days. Metal Slime got shot by a stray bullet. No! Metal Slime. Terrible. Who would violence you like that? That is the rudest. We have a medkit spare. Hopefully we shall not have to use it. Oh no, Dark, you have a broken leg. And a blizzard. Oh, good thing we're in Chicago now, because we're not going to go out and travel for a while. It's dangerous out there. However, we are very low, well, but sort of low on food. We're not that low on food, everyone. Move slowly while out of fuel. We could actually afford that. There may come a time in which we do not have fuel. I am willing to purchase that upgrade. You know, running out of fuel would be bad, so hopefully we never do it. Let us rest for 2 hours. Allow everyone to recover a bit. Master Reaper and Bladed Edge are doing much better than Dark Destiny and Metal Slime. There's a little bit of inefficiency in waiting to allow these two to recover, because these two are already at full, and of course, our fearless leader Ninja Babies cannot heal at all. Let's talk to a stranger. Oh. Ill-prepared. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, 2 a.m. Deadly out there. We're going to repair our vehicle once more. Thankfully, we have lots of scrap to do this. Well, I was getting better, everyone. Okay. 3 a.m. Zombie activity has gone down from deadly to high. We're going to spend some time scavenging. I wonder if that's an interactable. Oh no. Oh my. No, that's definitely not an interactable, huh? That's a thing transpiring over there. And I don't think I want to go over there as a result. Oh. Quickly! To the bag of food! Oh dear. Yay! We did it! More food for us, although only a slight amount. Could certainly use more of it, though. Hooray! Our prayers have been answered. Praise the sun. Oh, even more food. Good work, team. We have tons of food now. Absolute tons. Take a load off our feet before leaving town. Well, I suppose... Oh, right. We already checked that screen. The sky clears up. We stayed there so long there's no longer a blizzard. All is going according to plan. We've come so far in such a short amount of time. I found some wild fruit. Yay! What time is it? 10 a.m.? It's a good time to scavenge. We should keep up on that. Oh, great. We found some ammunition, 10 bullets, and we found an entire shopping cart full of food. That means any more food we find on this outing will be excessive. Oh, I can't pick that up in good conscience. I'm going to leave that for another team of scavengers. We simply couldn't carry that much food back with us. The wheels are busted. $250 ounces. We have plenty of food now. Now we found $50. Hooray! Oh, need to move my hair out of my eyes. It's been 10.5 months since I shaved my entire head, and haven't gotten a haircut since then. And as it turns out, hair has grown back. And it's starting to be at the point where it's almost in my eyes now. Almost. I considered whether I was gonna bother with getting an actual haircut or actually shaving my head again. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, we're doing pretty darn well. I like it. Scavenging during this low activity time is very wise. Following a wake of vultures has led you to food. Oh, okay. Oh, I found a battery. Thank you, game. Makes up for the battery that got set on fire earlier, I think. Now we're at the remote shack. Oh, look at that beautiful scene there. This man has a lightsaber that he is bestowing upon this woman here. Yes. That's... faster bullets. I don't actually... I mean, it's not a faster reload. All of my aiming is currently angled towards having bullets the current speed they're at now. So I'm gonna have to go with a no. Oh, these jobs here. They would be very useful. Batteries and mufflers cost quite a bit of money. You'll recall that I purchased a battery for a large sum of cash, and having a lot of extra batteries and mufflers would do pretty well for us, to the extent that I would be willing to expend some of our valuable bullets. So I think I will do just that. Let us perform these jobs. We're going to use the pistol again. I thought that was useful. Oops. Missed my portable hug. Oh. close. Nope, had to reload there. Oh. Mouse, what are you doing? Curse you, corner bandit! Ah, he keeps thwarting me, everyone. Ah, he's my arch nemesis. I will never defeat him. So close. I've burned through so many bullets. This is awful. There we go. Mission accomplished, everyone. Hooray, 2 batteries. Now let's try for the mufflers. This is going to be very dangerous, everyone. Look at all these people who want hugs from me. From us. Thankfully, I got the hug machine. Ah, my aim. It is no good. Woo! Some very rude and spicy shooting going on here. Remember, kids, courage is being afraid, yet standing up and facing your fear. Oof. Oh, arrived a little too soon, everyone. That guy up there in the top right corner, he is very anxious. He's like, where's my hug, Grimith? I know, dude. Stand up and be hugged! Three mufflers get. Okay. So we've got 1 spare tire, 4 spare batteries, and 4 spare mufflers. Those numbers may be a little excessive, but I'm willing to take them, and I don't regret purchasing that battery earlier. We didn't know an opportunity like that would show up. Okay. Well, what else would we like to do here? If we'd like to purchase anything, we might. We could certainly use some fuel, so I think I'm gonna buy all of the fuel they have. We don't need scrap, I don't think. We've got plenty of scrap still. We might buy some food, though. We have plenty of food for the moment, which is good. And although it's 3 p.m. and it would be good traveling time, we're, gonna stay here for now, along with increasing our ration sizes to medium, wink wink. Yes, let's check to see whether there's something we have to forward after leaving here first. Okay, there's not. Oh, everyone got hurt there. Dreadful. Let's definitely repair the vehicle. I do like this more than the original, like, repair system. It is a skill-based repair mechanic, rather than something that's just randomly determined on chance. I really enjoy that. It's also more interactive. Makes the game more fun. Oh, missed there at the end. B. I missed one. B. Got a 7 combo. Got 7. B. Sure game. B. Give everyone a break here. I think feeding them more would actually help them recover faster. It does affect their health, so I should probably just get on with feeding them more, because it's consuming time here, just sitting around. Okay. We shall continue. I'm undeterred. Oh, one of my batteries died. Good thing I had a bunch of spares. Military blockade impeded my progress. I understand they're trying to keep people safe. Another battery died, but we replaced it from supplies. Alright, we're down to 2 spares. We're down to no spare tires. Game is, being very rude here. Now Master Reaper is exhausted from all of the broken car parts. We lost our 3rd battery. So we're down to 1 spare battery. It's a good thing I did that job in the last area. Are you kidding me, game? Extremely rude. We lost all 4 of our spare batteries during this one transit between 2 points. Also, Larian, that is very bad. Rest in peace, my 4 spare batteries and 48 ammo there. Just gone into the ether too. So, that trip, those 2 points there cost me a tire, cost me 4 batteries, cost me some ammunition, and of course, health. And I was traveling at a normal speed instead of slower when you'd encounter even more events. Now, chat, don't dogpile on Larian. Larian made a slight error in judgment, but there's no need to create such tension in the chat as you are. Let's focus positively and move on, okay? Don't be divisive. We're going to buy the fuel. Our car actually didn't take that much damage, despite everything. Now, that being said, like, what Larian said actually would fit perfectly within the confines of PG-13. Like, especially given how more permissive it's gotten over the years. I think I've gone, though, from not just, like, PG-13 to just, like, G. Like, that's where we are right now. G. Anyway, let's go ahead and yank Larian out of timeout there a little bit sooner. So yeah, I lost all of my spare batteries and my spare tire. This game was exceptionally rude. Just during that, I'm pretty annoyed at the game right now. Like, we still have so much left of this trip to go. Bye, Kisk. Alright, I guess I'll do the normal job for $18. You know, part of me wonders, with this game, whether there's a rubber banding effect that's been put into place. Oh, I selected the rifle, by the way, instead of the pistol. Habit. Where, yes, the bandits are shooting at me right now. I wonder whether there's a rubber banding effect put into place where if you have a whole lot, the game is more likely to throw bad events at you to take away that whole lot so that more strain and pressure is put on you. I don't know the mechanics of the game, so I can't swear to that. But considering what just happened there and how well we were doing, I have a little bit of doubt, right? That was a poorly timed shot. That was a poorly aimed shot. Once again. Got him. Yes, for everyone just joining us, we're practicing something new, kid-friendly broadcasting, in which I stay away from profanity, and as such I am imposing that unjustly and arbitrarily upon Hitbox Chat until I break it. We'll see how far that goes. At any rate, we're gonna need some more cash to replace the missing tires and batteries. Because I lost 4 batteries during that last trip, just between those 2 points, and I know I keep harping on that, but that's really rude. So I need cash. I don't want to leave town with at least a spare tire and battery, and hopefully that will be enough to appease the gods. Also knows if you could not itch right now, as I'm trying to flee in terror from the zombies, I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, if you're just joining us and you don't recognize the game, this is Oregon Trail. I've played it off and on again. Channel, stemming back several years. This is the director's cut. It's not the final cut, which came out earlier this year. It has been a few years since I've played Oregon Trail. The mechanics are mostly the same. Still as rude as always. Currently looking to scavenge during medium zombie activity to try and get enough money to purchase a tire and a battery. We're going to need some good fortune here with drops. We are not getting the best fortune, but we could use these supplies anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. We're maybe like a third to a half done with the trip. Oregon Trail is a very long game, outside of endless mode even. I'm playing this on dangerous difficulty. It is the third of 4 difficulties available to you in this game. I figured dangerous would keep some challenge and tension, since I haven't played it for a few years. Finding plenty of food right now, which I can use, so I'm not upset by that. Zombie activity is down too low. Not the most exciting action, this scavenging in low activity area, but really, after all the spare parts I lost, I'm willing to spend some time here. Also, some bullet pickup. 10 bullets. We're pretty good on food and pretty good on ammo. We've got a good decent amount of fuel as well. But of course, with the random events that could pop up, we are at risk of losing a great deal, such as 4 batteries and a tire during a transit between 2 points on the map. No, I'm not salty about that at all. So I've got enough money to buy one of those spare parts at least. I'm not getting lucky with money drops though. I'm getting a bunch of food and some scrap. I would like a sack though, or at least another wallet laying around. I mean, I can certainly leave without those spare parts, and I'm not gonna be, like, sad or disappointed in myself if, like, a battery or a tire break. Because tires break, you know. I will be annoyed at the game, though. It's like whenever, yesterday, when 13 oxen got stolen from me, there's some times where your strategy just can't, like, control a situation, right? Battery's cheaper, we'll buy the battery. $23 short. Still low activity. How's everyone's health doing? Pretty good. We'll, I'll scavenge one more time. If we don't get the necessary funds, I'll just leave. And we'll leave it up to serendipity. To chance. I was about to comment on these favorable zombie spawns, but instead we'll talk about that big sack of money I just picked up. Thank you, game. I appreciate you making up for your earlier rudeness. If you could be less rude and continue to be less rude in the future, much obliged. Alright, that takes care of it. Hopefully we don't lose another 4 batteries. $27. How's our fuel? I guess we'll keep the money on hand. Let's rest for another hour. And off we go. We shall depart, yes. Alright, horde of zombies. Small, but they are ravenous. It's only a small horde, though. I think the ravenous means that we're probably not going to be able to sneak through. Yeah, but thankfully it is small, so we'll just go ahead and try to blaze through, because there ain't that many of them. Well, bad news is that we failed. Good news, though, is that we didn't lose anything. Other than dignity. We lost some dignity. We got plenty of food right now, I like it. Still traveling at normal speed. Not flying down the highway here. We have a lot of scrap that I might actually start doing that, though. What's our scrap count at? 146? Yeah. We're gonna push the car to its limits. 60 miles per hour instead of 45. The faster I get done with this game, I suddenly find myself surrounded by zombies. Great. I hate these defense missions. The inability to move around is a big deal. That said, this one wasn't as stressful as I thought it would be. That guy's at a weird angle. It could be getting stressful, though. Nah. Not bad. We reached the cave. Combat trainer. Teach me action hero. Chance to not use a bullet when you fire. It's not bad. Could help us save on bullets, though I do dislike not knowing how much of a chance that is. That way you can make an informed decision, right? Is it a 10% chance? Is it a 30% chance? Like, you know, body armor tells you that, it's, you take like 20% less damage whenever you get hit in combat. So I would appreciate an informed decision there. Also, air conditioner, we don't really need you right now. What kind of jobs do we have available here? 2 med kit payment, as well as a battery payment. Both these bandits, these are both jobs I'm going to accept. Especially the bandit one, because I might also make some ammo out of this too. Go ahead and select the pistol here. I am rethinking that faster bullets. Maybe it's something I should have picked up. Ah. And only because of those bandit screens, having faster bullets there would be of use. Ah, just missed. Got him. Trying to read chat right now. Have I been trained by Paradox? I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, Master Rebirth. I'm not exactly painting a map here, is that what you mean? Oh, close. Wow, just in time there. A little wide. Good. 2 medkits. Does that mean I'm gonna get overzealous with using my medkits all of a sudden? No. 7 p.m. What's here to buy? Let's buy some fuel. We'll do a bit of scavenging. Look for some more money. Might buy some more ammo or more fuel with that money, depending. It is high activity, so it is a little dangerous out here. Then afterwards, plenty of food. We'll, repair the wagon. Nose, you really need to cooperate with me right now, buddy. The risk of jinxing myself, we're not doing too bad with kid-friendly broadcast right here. I'm pleased. I managed to keep up like a running rapport of discourse. Using all of the words I got in my lexicon. Exercising my brain at 4 in the morning. Good times. This Pitbox chat's been so well behaved and playing along with my silly game. Excuse me. And if you've never played Oregon Trail before, let me express to you just how frustrating the aiming mechanics are in this. Not as bad as the old Oregon Trail game, whose mechanics for aiming and firing I displayed yesterday morning. But it's still a little frustrating all the same. Okay, so I haven't managed to get any money at all. Food, of course, is at a whopping 1 per, so I feel pretty bad selling that. I do literally have 836 food, though. We'll sell 200 of that. Take a good look at the supplies here, okay? I burned through, like, what, I started this with, like, 400 bullets, and although I've had quite a few pickups, I'm slowly whittling down that number, and I'm not even halfway done with the map, right? Yeah. We're quite a distance away, so I should probably pick up more bullets then. Okay. I haven't used the trade mechanics at all in this. I dislike Oregon Trail's trade mechanics. You wait an hour. You can't put in a request for what you want. People just pitch random, like, trade offers at you, like the old school Oregon Trail. I find that very non-inducive towards my mental well-being, right? Frustrating, we'll call it. I have plenty of scrap as well. We'll use this as an opportunity to repair things. I've done better. That's still a B. Okay. I think people aren't losing any food while I wait because I'm feeding them the most that I can. Everyone gets 3 ounces of food an hour. Hey, how about that? That's a little bit overkill, I think, on the repair bar, but I'll accept that all the same. Fairly pleased. We have 200 scrap right now, quite a bit. Yeah, we're in pretty good condition. A little risky for me to be leaving at 11 p.m., but we really don't need to rest. I can't really justify it. There's no other jobs for us to do here. I don't feel like scavenging at this time, so let's travel. We, of course, are going at our super fast speed. That's not damaging the station wagon as much as I thought it would. Why haven't I been traveling? Okay. Sure. I'll fly down the road. I don't have a problem with that. Oh, $30, huh? Problem here is that I estimate it'll take me... we'll say 40 shots. We'll just completely, like, exaggerate the number here. That'd be 2 boxes of ammo, which in the last area was, what, $18 or, like, $22 or something. I guess that would be worth it, then. Plus, I get 20 bullets to start off with. If I succeed on this job, then it's certainly a worthwhile endeavor. We'll try it. I thought the entire place would be full. It's not. Oh wait, that did say dangerous and not suicidal, huh? Poorly angled shot. Yeah, this job was definitely worth it then. Grimith is silly. Ah, you're making it less worth it, though. Come on and accept my hug. You ingrate, be hugged. Good. $35. I'm glad the battery apocalypse of 2016 has ended. We're still swimming in mufflers, though. Nothing for sale. Better deal for selling scrap here. I'm glad there's not a better deal for selling food, though. I would have been a little frustrated. We really don't even need to rest, huh? How's the car doing? The car's great. Let's rest an hour? Because Metal Slime is pretty vulnerable there, and I guess we'll depart. Zombie activity's down to high anyway, so we have to ford a group of zombies. Oh, another bike gang wants hugs. Okay, let's get them. So if you're unfamiliar with the bike gang screen, what they will do is, like we saw this earlier, and I about showed it off. They'll try to pull up, like, up next to the station wagon at the same, like, the column, and they'll fire down at you. They won't shoot at your rear end. They won't come, like, quicker. This is their speed right here. Now, colliding your rear end with them doesn't damage the car health at all, but it'll get damaged in almost every other instance because of the reasons. So, I think it's more tedious than fun, but I don't resent it. It's not a big deal either way. I've been hit a few times over all the time I played Oregon Trail. Okay, So, here comes the muffler pain. Great, that's one muffler. We found some food. Sure. Let's make the game more interesting. We'll go out and investigate. You spot a man crumpled up against a tree. He calls out to you. Hey there, stranger. Can you spare a medkit for a dying old man? If not, a bullet to the head would be just a welcome. We've got 3 medkits. We're gonna offer him a medkit. Patch him up a bit with a medkit. I can't possibly repay you for your kindness. I should be able to make it to the shelter with this. Bless your heart, stranger. Done. That's right, Larian. Sharing is caring. We've received, nothing of value there. Except for good karma. That the bandit then immediately had to violate. Thanks, bandit. Really makes me feel like I made the right choice there. Good thing I got that spare tire, though. So a bandit could take it from me. We're here at prison now. Combat trainer, faster reload. Do want. Absolutely want this. There is not a singular doubt in my mind that I want this, and I will sell whatever I have to get that. Scrap is back to being only worth 1 instead of 2. I don't care. I want faster reload. We're gonna do the $12 job. I mean, I might just... Let's look for some money. I might not have to sell anything. I definitely want faster reload. Especially with this rifle or the pistol, considering it has an even longer reload time. Oh, yes. All of the do want. A little bit of food here. Yeah, there was a job for me to get my tire back. Fairly excited about doing that. Game just making me apply myself. I guess I'm okay with that. It makes the game more entertaining to watch, right? 120 ounces of food. Well, we are absolutely swimming in food. And we're at a quality time to do hunting. Or scavenging, rather. Would appreciate the dosh, though. If you could kick a few shekels my way, game. Teasing me with the food and the ammo. Appreciate it. Guess it ain't that much of a tease since I was like, Yep. Want all of this. Thank you. Have a nice day. Splendid. Everything's coming up Thrill House. Low activity. It's like Christmas. You know, let's actually take the pistol out now that we have faster reload. Let's live dangerously here. This totally looks like I'm using a pistol, right? Got a rather big barrel, this pistol. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any manual reload I can activate. Let's see how long that oh, that's not long at all. Oh, I'm taking the pistol with me all the time now. There's not a doubt in my mind. Like, faster reload time makes this pistol usable, like, in this setting. Most definitely. Oh, and I got $50 more. Christmas has come early, everyone. You know, maybe this is the good karma hitting us here. For all the good deeds I did. Happy days. Alright. Zombie activity is still low. I might as well just continue to take advantage of this. Again, I understand. Not the most exciting thing. They're like, oh boy, zombie activity here at low. And a boss fight could pop up. One did so earlier. Not the best pickups, but hey, I got a faster reload. I'm pretty satisfied. I haven't tried out the shotgun yet. I don't think I'll experiment with it. We'll see. Very poor haul. I think the further you go along in the game, the worse returns get. And possibly, like, the more you scavenge in an area, the worse returns get too. Like how, Oregon Trail will say, hey, like, if you continue to hunt in this area, game will become scarce, so you should probably move on. Now, perhaps rifle might still be better because of the faster reload, and it does reload faster, but you do still have to reload between every shot. Whereas the pistol here, I've got some pretty quick response time with my gun shoot. I can't buy a tire here, but I do still have that job for a tire. I'm still looking into purchasing supplies. It is expensive to buy fuel and ammo here, but I don't know when I'll come across it again. Let's do that job for the tire. Aim was off there. Right arm's getting a little stiff, I apologize. Now what's really fun is playing this without that aim guideline. You go far enough in aimless mode, and that'll happen. Or then you just sort of have to eyeball it. Let's go pick up the $12, along with any spare ammo we can take for this job. A little frozen here, Indecision 2016. Ah! Darn it! Aww. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna burn through all my money again. I think. Why don't we go ahead and, buy that bit of fuel. And because, I mean, I've done quite a bit in this town, we'll just go ahead and leave, rather than continuing to scavenge or, staying around. Let's just go. That way you kids don't fall asleep while watching this. That said, though, I did want to repair the vehicle. Although it is good traveling time right now. A random event could pop up that deals some damage to the station wagon. I don't think it would deal enough to completely wreck the station wagon. But let's err like a little bit on the cautious side here. Oh, $28 off a buy this side of the road. Station wagon took more damage there. It looks like me traveling fast is like starting to like kick in with the game. And like, oh hey, he's flying down the road. That does seem like every hour a random percentage of damage is dealt to the wagon. Okay, bandit here. Right arm, I know we suffered some permanent nerve damage, but do not fail me, or else I might utter a profanity or two. You don't make that shot, the person who's been captured by the bandit dies. But we hugged that bandit successfully. And then Master Reaper promptly vomited in the bushes. You know what happened. Yeah, Station Wagon is taking quite a bit of a beating, but I don't regret my choice. Really, Master Reaper? I mean, we have plenty of scrap laying around. The repair mechanics are better in this version now. Oh. Hospital. No Mercy, or Mercy here, of course, is one of several Left 4 Dead references in the game. Nothing he can teach me, that's fine with me. Defense for 18 food, and possible payment in bullets. I'll do that. And Bandit got so much confetti because of a great game of Guess Who. Alright, this was the defense, not a whole, like, Bandits thing. Okay. I'm not too terribly good at this. We haven't seen any scavenging missions. I typically stay away from these defense missions, particularly on the higher difficulties. I'm just not good at making these open field shots. And so rather than challenge myself by putting myself in situations where I have to make them, I just avoid them unless I feel as if I need to do the job. Or of course I'm put into an event, such as what we saw earlier, a car defense, where I have to do it. Thankfully, we have faster reload, so that wasn't too stressful. Particularly since that was only a normal difficulty job as well. Okay, only fuel and scrap being sold here. Do I want to hold on to the money for anything? I don't think so. We do have quite a sum of fuel, right? No, we don't. I mean, we do have quite a bit of fuel, but, you know, someone could sit on it and ruin it. That's not even me making that up. That's something that could happen in this game. Someone sits on the fuel and ruins it. Could happen with any of the spare components. Ammo, money. Silly game. Okay, it's 11 p.m. So it is a great time to repair the vehicle. You know, this is something that I chided SKS on whenever he plays the game. It's really, you want to go as fast as you reasonably can, whether it be an Oregon Trail or an Oregon Trail or one of its other derivatives. Because of the random events system, it's skewed towards bad events over good events. And so the longer you spend, like, in-game traveling, like, the longer you spend on the trail, the greater risk you are for losing 4 batteries. Or having 13 oxen stolen. That's probably fine. It's 2 a.m., still deadly out. Crew's in good health, right? Yeah, crew's in great health. Talk to a stranger. Oh. Morbid. Nothing I really want to do here. I could still rest anyway, because of the fact that, well, it's pretty dangerous out there. We'll just, do a repair of 4. Fiddlesticks. Okay. 3 a.m., high activity instead of deadly. We'll go ahead and leave now. 445 miles to Dallas. And yeah, like, at the... Okay, how much money did I lose, game? Some money is not definitive here. Like, I don't exactly keep track of my perfect total of cash. That is non-informative. I have $8 now. Do any of you remember how much money I had before I left the last location? Anyway, back to the point that I was trying to make earlier. Like, slow pace here is 30 miles per hour. You know, we're traveling twice as fast here at Turbo, and you're making a 440-mile transit between these two locations. You know, of the of a couple, what is it, like 4,000, maybe even 5,000 miles you have to travel over the course of this entire game. Like, we've traveled over 3,000 miles. We still got quite a bit of ways to go. That's another reason why I don't spend that much time playing this game. A playthrough takes a long while. Oh, great. Oh, well. Hopefully the sandstorm ends soon. Digga-digga-doo, lost a muffler. Thankfully we had some to spare. Still losing a crap ton of station wagon health, though. So you know what? We ain't gonna travel. Nuts to it. I'm gonna go out and scavenge if I can. Like, there's no point in traveling during the sandstorm when we're not gonna get that far and I'm gonna lose tons of station wagon health. Not tons, that's a little exaggeration. Yeah, I guess we can scavenge in the sandstorm. Interesting. When there's elemental, like, or when there's like inclement weather, in one of the Oregon Trail games, you can't go out and hunt, right? It's like, you can't hunt during a blizzard or heavy fog. You're silly. But in this case, the game's like, okay. Alright, now my eye is conspiring against me. Bye, Russ. Viewers watching from their beds, full screen, are still deprived of dashboard chat. But I don't know if I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube, and so I didn't figure I'd show my overlay. Sandstorm done? Nope. We'll hunt then. I guess I could set my speed down to really slow on the station wagon until the sandstorm clears. That way we can continue to travel. So you folks aren't watching me scavenge here during this low activity. This highly profitable low activity. I don't have to shoot as many of these zombies as I am. I could just run around more. It's possible that the Sky Clear Up event just hadn't procced, and it would have. But no, well, it's fine. I'll just go now. I know, right, Larian? So we're back down to no spare tires. We're down to 2 spare mufflers. Battery's still good. We'll have to purchase a tire whenever we get to the next area. Dallas. You guys got an auto shop? Of course you got an auto shop. That upgrade, of course, is a never break battery. Batteries never need replacing. Whew. Prices have gone up a bit, folks. Suicidal for $15? I don't know whether that's worth it. I'm gonna get 20 bullets. I'm probably gonna need more than 20 shots. Can't even buy a box of ammo here to gauge how valuable it would be. Prices here, though, seem pretty damn high. Yep, they are. So if I wanted to sell something, that would be the time. For cash, if I say I wanted to buy a never break battery, what time of day is it? Okay, it's feasible to do some scavenging now. Let's do some scavenging, see what kind of money I can scratch up. We'll roll from there. Of course, as I noted earlier in this broadcast, the further you get along in the game, the fewer, like, you'll end up getting like small amounts of like food and money and scrap, rather than the larger amounts, like a sack of cash. And sometimes I only get 2 drops on a scavenging opportunity instead of 3. So there's that. So scavenging is less profitable in these higher difficulties when you're further along in the game. 35 ounces of food will feed us for a bit, though. That's fine. It's 50 ounces right there. Of course, scavenging is still important. I think there might be an achievement to go like the entire game without doing it. Might be misremembering that. Again, it has been some time since I played Oregon Trail. I don't think I would attempt that without being on a lower difficulty. I might also... It might be for, like, buying stuff from stores. It's easily, like, referenceable. I can just open up the achievements list. I guess I'll go do that. No. I don't care that much. Alright, zombie activity's up to high now. It's only gonna get worse as it gets darker. So our opportunities to get good stuff are gonna be limited until the next day. And I'm not gonna spend an entire day waiting here. We're also gonna be burning through ammunition more readily, and so the like costs versus the benefits and the risks of scavenging during this time period are greatly diminished. Also, it's risky to be traveling at the edges of the screen, courtesy of, well, the zombies pop out from beyond your field of view. We were successful all the same, but we didn't get a whole lot for our trouble. I think I'm going to stop with the scavenging. We do have quite a bit of food, though, which does have some value to it. I sell 200 food. Do I want to let go of some of my scrap? It does allow me to travel as fast as I can, so I'm actually going to hold on to that scrap. That never break battery is pretty tempting. $99 for that, but it means I never have to worry about batteries breaking again, and I've lost so many batteries during this trip. On the same token, I've lost so many batteries during this trip, so what are the odds that I'll lose more batteries, right? I definitely want that tire, though. I think I'll let that job go. We'll sell a bit of the scrap. Oh, that's also a thing, too, that I haven't been taking into effect. Like, selling food is 10 per, where selling scrap is 1 per. So I could actually make quite a bit of money here and not sell as much scrap as I thought I'd have to. With that in mind, I'm rich! Let's buy that never break battery. Let's also pick up a tire. Yeah, I didn't have to sell the food, and I have plenty of scrap, thankfully, so everything's good. $70 is a nice, good amount of cash to have laying on hand. Yeah, I'm okay with trading 50 scrap there for what I got. Now I can trade those batteries away, should there be something I desperately need in the future. Tempted to sell more scrap, but there's nothing I really need to buy here, considering that what we've got on the table. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Let's roll out. Gotta cross an horde of zombies. Oh boy. Large and ravenous, huh? Let's see about mercenaries. And we'll have to wait 4 hours? Rough. We're in pretty good health. But we do have the money, and we do have the food, so I guess I'll do that. That's like 3 hours of wasted time there, because everyone's at full health. But that's fine. It's not a choice I regret. 840 miles of the strip club. Sure, we'll go have a look. There was another box that popped up there that we weren't able to do. I guess we'll take his money. We're not gonna harvest some meat though. We're pretty good. Thanks, game. Pull ahead the car. Yeah, there's so much distance between some of these like stop locations too. Like this massive gulf here to the strip club. So much time spent like away from like a shop or a store or a safe place to like hole up. Yeah, a safe place to hole up. There is no safe place here on the Oregon Trail. Okay, Dark has cholera. We're gonna keep powering through here. One of the gas tanks is filled with water, so we've lost an entire tank of gas. Great, thanks, game. Okay. Metal Slime Hunt and Bladed Edge are still in great health. With that in mind, I probably don't need to be eating as much as I am. I know, right? Eat a lot, we don't eat a lot. We eat a lot, we don't eat a lot. I shouldn't have. In retrospect, I really should have sold more scrap. In the previous area, Dallas. I made a mental error there in the prices of things. Like, I was selling 10 food for $3, or 1 scrap for $3, right? It's just a mistake on my part. I didn't really take that into account. Trying to be too wasteful here with the ammunition. Too wasteful. I'll be a little wasteful, though. $130 ounces of food, though. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and spend some time repairing yonder station wagon. Okay. Takes a little bit of brain power for me to play our wonderful repair minigame here. Again, though, I enjoy it. It's more interactive and... Wow. That's not even an A, and I hit all of those. This game has quite a grading curve. Right. But yeah, I enjoy this repair system more than I do, say, enjoy the older repair system for Oregon Trail, where you just sacrifice, like, some scrap and it rolled like a D100 to see whether you were successful or not. Okay. Probably should have set the food up there, but trying to give Dark here a little bit of time and opportunity to recover from his horrid condition. Zombie threat's low right now, so I should probably stick to scavenging here. Pick up some valuable supplies while there ain't that much risk to me. Especially that sack of money. Got 50 ounces of food and $50. And I am willing to set the ammo on fire. Especially for another $50. You could have built an entire vault and pour my money into it like Scrooge McDuck here. First got the scrap money and now I got money. Great. 100 ounces of food instead of 50, like I said, and $100. Gorgeous. Yeah, we'll do one more bout of scavenging here. I'm a little short on fuel. I would like to have more, particularly since an entire can was actually full of... Hey! This got interesting. Oh no. Oh no! Gosh darn it, Grimith! So far away from that food, I'm not gonna be able to get to that in time. I also got stuck on the body there. Did you see that? I like pushed it at the end. Oh man, tense. Oh, we did it. Let's go. Dark Destiny no longer has cholera. Thanks. Appreciate that. I got excited there. I said, gosh darn it. I'm actually surprised we didn't go into profanity land. I missed so many shots there. Oh, Bandit stole 39 food. Because we're flying down the road at 60 miles per hour. I'm glad the Bandit has all that opportunity to steal from us. Thanks, buddy. Okay, we made it to the strip club. We crossed that 840-mile zone of pain and despair. Action heroes on the table. Again, how much ammo do I have? Again, I'm still annoyed that this doesn't tell me how much of a chance I have. Okay, these defense missions are painful. 8 p.m. Box of ammo's $28 now. Fuel can's $32. Oof. Box of ammo's $28. So any of these jobs I do, you get handed 20 bullets. We'll pick up Action Hero. Instead of perhaps a more valuable skill. I don't know how much of a chance I have, but we'll see what we can do. Now, I like to wait for them to get closer so that my shots aren't wasted. The problem, of course, is that if they get closer, it starts putting strain on you. You start firing frantically. Everything is ruined. The mouse aim is not the most reliable thing in Oregon Trail. Sometimes the aim goes a little wonky. Right, yeah, so they got fairly close to me there. Right side, I didn't miss that many shots. Yeah, I'm not doing the $16 one, though. I can go die in a fire. Okay. Fuel really is a problem. $32 for fuel, though. Sucks. But I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and buy 2 cans. We'll keep the rest of the money, though. I mean, prices certainly might get worse the further on. The next area I go to might not even have fuel on the table. With that in mind, I'll go ahead and buy another can of that. Because fuel is my weakest thing. I want to make sure I have enough fuel to get to Safe Haven. Oh, 7's in the chat. Of course, all flesh must be eaten got raised as a topic a little bit earlier. What time is it? 8 p.m. Let's do a bit of scavenging. Then we'll repair the vehicle. We'll see where the road takes us. Got a bunch of scrap. Well, bunch is a loose term here. So, have any of you been paying attention to how often action heroes been rocking? I haven't really kept my eye on it, so I couldn't tell you how many bullets I may have saved for $80. Don't like going up to the edge of the screen like this. $5.25 scrap. I also did pick up a few... Oh, well, that's a ton of food. I will definitely burn through some bullets to make sure I can take this food with me. Ah, 2 shopping carts? Just shook my head a little bit there. And more food. Well, unfortunately, even though we're in town, I can't haul this all back with me. And this is low activity, mind you. According to the game, that's not true. This is definitely high activity. I know it's high activity because of what time of day it is. The game is lying. Straight up lies. And deceit. I do not appreciate your deception, game. Let's go ahead and repair the station wagon. I mean, what does it matter, the grade, right? I hit all of those before and still only got a B. Harsh scale. Also, this is what I mean about Oregon Trail runs taking forever. I've been on this run for close to 2 hours. Of course, started the broadcast a bit before then, and we are still some distance away from the finish. After that 840-mile jaunt we had from Dallas to the strip club.
Quite frankly, in my opinion, it's a little absurd.
Scrap is still pretty valuable. We'll sell 30 of that. And we'll buy that last fuel. We'll buy 2 of those boxes of bullets. Now, I want to keep a ton of scrap on hand because that helps, of course, my station wagon to go faster. Because with all that scrap on hand, I can just blaze through the game at 60 miles per hour. Naturally, I also want to keep a bunch of fuel on hand because even if my station wagon's just in great condition, if I don't have any fuel, I can't drive it anywhere. And ammo-wise, I mean, I have a good count of that. I feel comfortable with that. Alright, so let's continue. 588 miles to Albuquerque. Of course, this is the director's cut version of the game. It's not the final cut of the game that came out earlier this year. I have not purchased that, and so I'm not running it. It definitely adds a lot more content to the game. I think the page of it says it doubles the content. Just, I'm not so amazed by it and so into this game that I want to purchase that. I've harped on it several times, but these runs really do take a while. This is longer than I actually expected to spend on this. Don't stop and point a finger. Uncle Jeb may still linger. Of course, there's a zombie in the grave. Sometimes, like, some goodies and supplies can be at those tombstones, which is why I bothered to investigate, but we've had poor luck on that front. Heavy rubble has rendered the car stuck. Fantastic. We tossed away some of our food. Thankfully, we still have plenty of ounces. Now we're suddenly surrounded by zombies. Splendorific. So this is our second station wagon defense. I think it's the second. Might be the third. I sort of lose track with the 2 hours. Probably going to be another 30, 40 minutes, probably closer to 40, if not another hour before we're done with this run. I don't know why I'm a little bit surprised whenever SKS runs this game, and I dislike him doing it, because it takes almost forever. Not quite forever. Close to forever. Alright, station wagon's getting pretty beat up now. We're not that far away from Albuquerque, though. What time is it? I'll actually spend this time to scavenge. It's 10 a.m. Got 10 bullets there, and, what is that, $5, is it? Most of the mechanics of the game are still the same, though, despite the, 2.5 year intervals since I last played this game. Of course, quite a bit of it has changed in Ultra Final Omega Jesus Wizard cut. Got, like, radiation, got fishing. Like, you would choose, like, the points of destination you want to travel to instead of following this linear route. $5, that was correct. We'll scavenge one more time. Alright, great deal of food again. Rather fortunate with our food pickups. We've been overly blessed on some of these runs, in fact. Case in point. If the game could be spreading out some of these, it's like whenever you go hunting and there's like 3 buffalo on the screen, and you're like, and then there's so many other screens where there's no buffalo. In Oregon Trail, it's like, damn it. Damn it, it's still PG-13. But we might have gone out of G territory. That's true. You can't even give me that Sass Metal Slime Hunt. Bitch is more than acceptable in PG-13 situations. Like, I'm not exactly sure when the trend started. It was just like, people woke up one day and everyone decided collectively that it was alright to use that word. It's uncensored on the radio, it's uncensored on television shows. And I'm talking basic cable shows. We're just not G any longer. I'm okay with that. Quite frankly, I'm surprised I've gone this long without spewing profanity, particularly after I lost all of those mufflers and got jumped by the dogs. Anyway, wagon's in pretty good condition. We'll scavenge one more time and then continue traveling. Really, in all reality, I should have done the scavenging first while the zombie activity was low. Oh hey! Uncle Bear's back! Hi, buddy! So, you fill him with bullets regularly, or he speeds up. He's also acting as a wonderful meat shield for all of our friends. I don't know why I'm so lusting after this can here of food that I'm not gonna reach before time expires. I can tell because of the music cues, folks. We didn't use that much ammo. That's right, Realtor. 91 food. Well, good thing we've had such great fortune with food. American censorship right there. Violence, gore, profanity, awkward situations. You show a nipple, that's it, everything is ruined. My goodness, me even talking about it is scandalous. What's the upgrade? Scrap repairs the... I mean, I don't think I need that. I guess it would allow me to let go of some of my scrap, but it's $88. I think that's better spent elsewhere. There ain't anything to purchase here. Alright, guess that's cool. Jobs? Recovery, hey, first recovery one. It's dangerous, but I haven't done a recovery yet so far. Right, so for those of you just joining us, a little joke ended up coming up before the start of the broadcast, and so I've turned this broadcast into family-friendly broadcast. It is something that I'm imposing upon myself, and as a result, am arbitrarily posing upon you, the viewers. This rule will break once I actually stop being family-friendly. I haven't yet. I think I'm perfectly family-friendly, but I'm usually not. We, of course, are playing Oregon Trail, which is like Oregon Trail, only involving zombies, instead of the trials of the Oregon Trail. It also takes a long time to do a playthrough. We've had relatively good fortune on dangerous difficulty, which is the third of 4 difficulties in this game. I haven't played it for a few years, so I decided to give myself an easier time of playing here. Could be harder. Yeah, we're doing pretty good rationing. We could sell some food for some Dodge. I think I'm gonna hold on to it, though. I don't think food spoils in this game. We've had some thief activity steal some food from us. We don't really need to rest here. We're doing fairly good. Still got plenty of scrap. Let's just blow this popsicle stand. 492 miles to the Desert Motel. Great. Alright. Rest in peace as 2 scrap. Could have been worse. And I am flying down the road at turbo speed, traveling 60 miles per hour, putting my station wagon's health at risk because the more time you spend playing this game, the more likely you are to run into bad random events. Great. Just stop. We'll spend some time repairing while we wait for the rain to go away. Come again another day. We have our interactive repair scrap mechanics, which really I can't hype up enough. As evidenced by the 17 times I've mentioned it so far in this 2-hour run. Is that good enough for you? Oh wow, that's an A. Incredible. So blessed. Rain probably stopped, but just in case. No, we're just gonna cruise down the road all slow-like. We'll actually rest for an hour. I know 2 of my party members ain't injured, but we'll rest. And why don't we live dangerously and do a 2 a.m. deadly scavenging mission? Something, something, YOLO. We gotta keep this playthrough interesting here. We only gonna get 1 item drop? No, we got some stuff. We got 10 bullets over here. We're gonna need him to fight through all these. Buddy. Hate coming to the edge of the screen like this. We might be able to reach that food in time. Not if I stop like that, though. Just made it. Alright, that wasn't as much of a photo finish as I thought. We had several seconds there still. You done yet, Rain? Cool. You got an hour more traveling during this horribly slow speed. Now we're gonna go back to turbo mode. Got some more food from following a wake of vultures. Great. 27 miles away from the landmark. More gunfire. Desert Motel. Get. Combat trainer. Carry capacity. Would not have been the worst thing, but I'm all full up. No ammo being sold here, but there are other items being sold. We're going to stock up on that fuel. 6 cans. How far away are we? Quite a bit. Should probably buy the other cans. Yeah. Oh, rather. We'll buy the 1 can we have. They have quite a bit of fuel in stock, so... might not be the worst place. I don't know about doing the suicide difficulty thing. $39, it's the ammo I'm gonna have to burn. Even with the 20 free bullets. I mean, if I aim perfectly, we'll make a bullet profit. So I guess let's focus on aiming perfectly. Let's focus on aiming perfectly. That wasn't anywhere close anyway. Ah, he didn't pop up in time. Gotcha. Egg flabbit. This mouse aims sometimes, man. At least I have the guideline. I ain't playing on suicidal difficulty, and this ain't endless mode. Alright. Wasn't too bad. 5 scrap. That's roughly like, what, $15 to $20? Depends on how much the scrap is worth. Okay, so basically that's a $20 payoff. And probably some bullets too, because this is only normal difficulty. Ah. I haven't failed a mission yet this run. Of course, I haven't attempted every mission I've come across. And I did fail 1 scavenging thing earlier. Still got a reasonable payoff from that, just not as good as I could have. Of course, I'm setting all the bullets on fire right now. I mean, ammo is just a crutch, right? The only bullet that matters is your last bullet, right? Hold on, time out. I need to have a talk with my right hand here. Listen, buddy. You need to consider performing better. Dorothy2K says, I'm assuming I've come near the end of the stream. Playing Oregon Trail. End? That's a good joke. Thank you. I'm glad you decided to get hugged there. Not entirely sure how worth it that was, but we did it. Lowy Seamos. I certainly did plan on tackling another game after this. I'm not going to do another run of Oregon Trail. Oh, heavens, no. Is there anything else I wanted to do? Right. Find 2 more fuel cans. That takes us up to 9 fuel. That might be good enough to get us to the end of the game. Might be. Of course, have 2 med kits. We've had as many as 3 at one point. I haven't used any, but I did give 1 away in a random event. Just out of generosity, because that's the style of game that we're running right now. 7 a.m. It's not bad time to be scavenging. I guess I'll do a few scavenging runs before we leave this location. Hopefully the stressful activity is behind us. We haven't run into the herd, the flock of deer yet. Guess that's cool. Definitely want that $50 though. I said I want the $50. I have the faster reload perk. I'm using the pistol as a weapon. If you're wondering how I'm able to get so many shots off without reloading, you're just joining. Pistol allows you to shoot 4 times without reloading. It just has a longer reload time. I haven't decided yet. 10 bullets. Fortuitous, although I am below 300 again. Again, generous with the food pickups. Certainly have no complaints about that. Certainly generous with the food pickups. Not that I have any complaints about that. Not sure whether I want to burn through my ammo to get this, though. Yep, that's the problem with traveling next to the... That was close. That's the problem with traveling to the edge of the screen like that. Alright. We have quadruple digits worth of food. Exciting. We could sell some of it, but it's only worth $2 for 10 ounces here instead of 3. So we're gonna be Scrooges and depart. Oh, our third bike gang. Oh man. Terrible. Couldn't give us a deer horde? No. Here we are, everyone. Shake that rear end. Can't even make this riveting. Here we go. You all have been crushed and defeated. No hugs for any of you. Roll on the highway in shame and despair, for that is what you have all earned. 506 miles of Las Vegas. Gotta wait an hour for Metal Slime to vomit in the bushes. Wait. Let's go. No bad events. Just keep going. Fast as you can. It's also worth noting that you burn the same amount of fuel, no matter how fast you're traveling, every hour. So we have definitely saved on quite a bit of fuel by choosing to fly down the road at 60 miles per hour. Alright, now Dark Destiny is choosing to vomit in the bushes. Sure. Station wagon has taken quite a bit of abuse. Quite a bit of abuse. I guess we're stopping to repair the car. I think that's our cue to stop and repair the car. We'll do a run of scavenging or two. Get even more food. Alright. Alright. Game wants me to be well fed. Appreciate it. You know, I think it's a trick actually laid out by the zombies. They're like, get the food, it'll make you slower. We'll be able to catch you. It's like Hansel and Gretel, you know, overfeeding the kids. So they'll be tastier. That's a children's fairy tale. That's totally kid-friendly. Anyway, let's go ahead and fix our war machine here. I might have to slow down my traveling. Depends on how effective these repairs are. Because, we're out of triple-digit scrap now. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Great beat. This game is awfully ambitious. And of course, we're still rude. Insidion, welcome to kid-friendly broadcast. I was chiding him there, so I was not able to hit those things as easily. Oh, that's an A. What? I guess it's the so many perfects there. Whatever. We'll go ahead and rest for an hour. I think I'll be fine. So now, at midnight, we will continue our trek. Alright, we're 26 miles away, so we'll set the pace down to slow, wink wink. Sure. Alright, it's raining, so I guess we'll spend a few hours here in Las Vegas. Let's go ahead and set our pace back to turbo. Auto shop here. The upgrade is the tool chest once again. I know it's teasing me now, isn't it? It's like, you thought I was a terrible purchase before, huh? Dangerous recovery. We'll attempt this. Alas, we do not get handed any bullets for the job. Thankfully, we have our trusty pistol, our long-barreled pistol, with faster reload. Yes, we won't be spending too much time in Las Vegas. It is a dirty place. Uncouth and ill-suited for our kid-friendly run of Oregon Trail. Shaman is embracing the wonderful conservative, arch-conservative free speech laws. I appreciate you role-playing. Really, I enjoy you all being here. Thanks for coming out, everyone, and enjoying our time together. I was friendlier earlier in this broadcast than I am now. The game is really wearing down on me. Okay. No fuel or ammo to purchase. I'm unsurprised, just disappointed. Of course, no jobs, they're all done. If I want to sell anything, food not the best prices. We will sell a bit of food, though. We do have quite a bit of that. And I think this tool chest here has tempted me. It's won me over, everyone. I'm willing to concede to it. Because I don't want to risk, well, having to slow down, really. I want to keep going 60 miles per hour forever. Oops. Accidentally clicked out of the window there and onto OBS. Time 3 a.m. Let's go ahead and scavenge. Let's burn through our ammunition, because it's not as if that's of any value. Let's get some more food. Ooh, buddy. At this point, picking up scrap might be more valuable than sacks of dollars. You might be right, Ryan. I mean, excuse me, 7. I'm not sure whether I'm going to risk picking up that can. I think I'm just going to leave these guys around. He says as he suddenly swerves. Uh-oh. Music cue? Perfect. Oh, hello, buddy. Fancy meeting you here in Las Vegas. Oh, we're gonna abandon that food. I care more about the 10 bullets. And you're like, well, you could have picked up both, Grimith. I don't care enough about that food over there to risk it. We're going to promptly burn through all those bullets. Not all of them. Some of them. We're gonna scavenge again. Oh, yeah, more money. Neat. Thankfully, we've only been hurt the one time. Which, I mean, I bought body armor after I got hurt the one time. So the $80 investment in the body armor hasn't paid off for us. Which, of course, means that you get hurt 20% less if you get injured in a combat situation. So I've had more worthwhile purchases. But it's okay. I might get hurt at some point. My character is already hurt. Might get hurt even more. Haven't used a medkit yet to patch him up. There is a medkit to buy here at $63. I think I'm gonna pick that up. There's another medkit. And I'm actually gonna use one on our fearless leader here. We'll hunt scavenge one more time, and then I think I'll depart this area. We might buy that other medkit before we go. Chat slow down a bit, of course, as time goes by, and really, what else is there to say about our Oregon Trail experience other than, boy, wouldn't it be great if it ended soon? Now think, you've invested all this time in a run. Boy, wouldn't it be a shame if that run failed so close to the end after a 2+ hour investment? That'd be dreadful, right? Alright. Just enough cash. You won't be selling anything. Still haven't used the trade mechanic once in this run. Perhaps we'll keep it that way. That's probably enough time for inclement weather to end. 459 miles to the mine. Sure. Oh, hey, a tire! That stop actually proved to be profitable. We've got 3 spare tires now. Oh, great. Tire apocalypse incoming. That's a roadkill. Alright, that's 1 tire. Well, there went a muffler. Of course, the 2 batteries we have aren't at risk of being consumed, because our battery doesn't break. Although it still might be lost due to a random event, and I wouldn't mind losing a battery due to a random event. Because we can actually spare that. Alright, yeah, Blizzard. But thankfully, we reached our destination, the mine. And finally, this music track kicks in. Because we are near the end. Relatively. After 6,407 miles. Alright. Oh. This job board. Oh man, this job board. I'm gonna go get a drink, folks. When I come back, this job board. Yeah, this is a pretty nice track. It's a shame you have to travel so far to get to it, right? Okay. So, we're gonna do the one with 4 medkits first. I think I selected a pistol there. Rifled it up for whatever crazy reason. Here on another recovery, 4 medkit reward. And for 4 more medkits, I'm willing to burn through a few bullets. Get that guy off my tail in case I miss a shot. Alright, game, I'm not exactly sure why the aiming and firing mechanic failed me there. But it did. One man to beat. Okay, 4 medkits. Of course, I just bought, like, what, 2-3 medkits in the last area? But didn't know, and I don't regret my purchases. This defense mission is going to be the harder one, for sure. I mean, at least I have the guideline, because I'm only playing on dangerous difficulty, and I haven't gone, like, 10k miles in endless mode. Like, as you go in endless, further along in endless mode, the game ramps up the difficulty to where you are playing on suicidal, and you have no guidelines, and scavenging is really painful. As it turns out, endless does end up having an end when you succumb to pain. Speaking of pain, really appreciating that faster reload. 2 fuel. That's probably going to be good enough to get us to the end. Probably. 7 medkits. Alright, so if you're just joining us here in this 2.5-hour run of Oregon Trail, Director's Cut, not Final Cut, that's what I've usually played. I'm playing on the 3rd of 4 difficulties in this game, Dangerous. We are close to the end, as evidenced by the music track here. You ever played Oregon Trail as an Oregon Trail-like? I've had relatively good fortune during this run. Despite the game's rudeness at times, it's been fairly generous with me. The events that I've encountered could certainly have been far worse, and I could have been, like, I could be traveling far slower than what I am, you know, so I'm not tempting the game. You know, I'm not goading it. I've been, for the most part, traveling in this game at the highest setting, turbo speed, 60 miles per hour. What's my bullet count at? That's probably good. We've traveled 6,407 miles. Not quite 7,000, which I think I accidentally said. It is quite an exhaustive endeavor. That's why I hadn't played this game in a few years, and after this run, I think I'll go back to not playing it for a while. But yeah, we got quite a bit of supplies. Everyone's in pretty good condition. No one's been bitten. Sicknesses that have come up have faded away fairly quickly. But I have been traveling at turbo speed, which means I haven't been tempting the game. Like, imagine trying to cover all of the miles we have had at a slower speed. You're just risking more random events. I've harped on that several times over the course of this playthrough. I think it's important enough to keep mentioning. Here's our repair minigame. It is very stingy with its grades. We repair a bit better, courtesy of the special that I bought from the auto shop not too long ago. We used to be swimming in scrap, but I've sold some of it to for a king's ransom, effectively. These days we aren't so rich in scrap. We're still doing pretty good, and it affords me the opportunity to continue traveling at turbo speed. since the faster you travel, the more your station wagon gets damaged. Got a decent amount of fuel. We got quite a bit of food still, even after I sold 7 medkits. Of course, that won't help too much with the battle area once we get to that, assuming we get to it. Which I think we're doing well enough that we'll get to that. Anything? Oh, and if you're just joining us, I have Action Hero, which gives me some unlisted chance of not expending a bullet whenever I shoot. Body Armor, which reduces damage I take in combat by 20%, hasn't been invoked because I haven't been hit since I took that. And Faster Reload, which cuts reload time in half, which has made my primary weapon the pistol, since I picked that up. It has 4 shots, but a longer reload time than the rifle, which is a single shot. You have to reload. And I think it has served me well. All the jobs are done, of course. We talked about buying things. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to buy something or not. I might sell a bit of food here to pick up that last bit of fuel. Because random events could take away some of my fuel, or, anything really. But I want to make sure that I have enough fuel and scrap to get to the end. Oh, right, still blizzard conditions. I went to get a drink and I forgot. And now there's fog, so with that in mind, I'm going to spend the time scavenging. No real point in traveling in those conditions where I have to be slower. I have plenty of food, so I'm not in a huge rush. I got 7 medkits, so even if I flub up one of these runs, I'm still in a pretty strong situation. Doing that scavenging run for 4 medkits is pretty useful. No doubt. Got more food over there. We'll be picking it up, probably. Okay, good. Let's curve back in towards the center. This segment's gonna end soon. There you go. We'll hunt one more time. Scavenge. Now again, this isn't something that I would do except for the fact that there's inclement weather. And while I can hunt perfectly fine, scavenge perfectly fine, traveling is far harder to do. And so rather than my station wagon get damaged a whole lot from me not going very far, I'm just going to wait for better conditions. We've had 2 bear boss fights and one with the dog pair. We haven't seen the deer horde. We've had 3 bike scenes. Quite a number of zombies were harmed during the making of this film. Fog's probably gone. I gotta trust that it's gone. That's what I get for trust. Great, in a blizzard now, too? So be it. I'll just go back to scavenging, now it's deadly. A little bit of scrap here. Got momentarily distracted by that sign. Unfortunately, deadly is really going to burn through the ammunition. And our gains are going to be minimal here. A can of food, whoop-de-doo, and a roll of duct tape. Ooh, wow. Splurging on me here, game. What bounty. But again, great number of medkits. And I have a great amount of food, so it's fine. 15 scrap. That's a good amount. We'll go ahead and scavenge one more time as well, and then hopefully this new blizzard's gone. And there ain't no more fog. And a sandstorm doesn't suddenly appear. Oh, Bear's back. So Bear's gimmick is he speeds up the longer he goes without being shot. Of course, like any other zombie, You can get bear caught on obstacles. Including other zombies. Exciting, we got 10 scrap out of that and 200 ounces of food. Which really means we can keep waiting with 1,000 for food. We haven't used the trade mechanics at all during this run, which isn't a problem because I don't like the trade mechanics in this. And it emulates old school Oregon Trail, where you click that trade button, you get some offers, you don't get to choose what's on the table. You can't like put in a request for what you're looking for. And it eats up an hour of time, or in the case of old school Oregon Trail, a day of time. And there's no guarantee anyone will show up. On the bright side in Oregon Trail, at least you might have like a few offers come in at once, like per hour. And waiting an hour isn't as bad as waiting a day in Oregon Trail, especially when you're trying to get to Oregon before winter. We're gonna hope that's good enough. Is the blizzard done? Damn. Thanks, game. Oh, it was an A. How about that? No, Muttonhawk, it definitely doesn't teleport bullets into my chamber, so that they don't need reloading sometimes. Pistol uses four bullets, and as far as I'm concerned, I haven't had a clip with 5 bullets, or even more than that. Let's go ahead and go back to scavenging. We don't really need to rest, because everyone's in good health. I'm willing to take some risks and burn through some more ammo. As we wait for more inclement weather, although if we keep getting food, it might not be worth it to scavenge, and we might just want to sit and wait. Because we have gobs of food. Absolutely. We have more food than we can carry back to the wagon. Of course, if we get hit, that'll change. Missed the shot and still threaded the needle. Alright, fine. Let's go ahead and wait an hour. Incredible. Can we go now? Alright. Alright. Alright, Muttonhawk. It saved you 1 bullet that last scavenge. Fantastic. Totally paid for itself. Also, goodbye, 1 scrap. Hunting during deadly. Metal slime breaks a rib if you know how stressful it is. We are traveling at turbo speed, so I guess that's fair. At Salt Lake City, finally we're in a new location. Where everything costs gobs of cash. You know, all of the cash you have laying around. Payment in 1 battery? I mean... unless we traded it for something, it's useless, because our battery never needs to be replaced anymore. So I'm gonna leave that sitting there. Ammo here for 29 bucks. We're gonna pick that up. Didn't need to sell a med kit, right? No. 11 a.m. Zombie activity's pretty low right now. We're gonna go out on a scavenging run. Oh, hello. Stuff next to me. Did that only give me 5 ammo instead of 10 now? Ah, game. Just constantly throwing food at me. Are you watching more food, buddy? You want some more food? I bet you want some more food. Oh, boy. Growing ninja babies gotta eat, you know. Eat up. Yeah, buddy. You know, those disadvantaged zombies move pretty quick for having no lower body. Alright, game. Joke's on you. I will take this food. And I'm gonna sell that much of it. I'm gonna go to the auto shop. Repair my station wagon. That way I can save on some scrap. Aha! I'm at triple-digit scrap again. That costs quite a bit of money, but there's nothing really to buy here except for more ammo, which I will do so. In fact, we have so much food. We're just swimming in a glut of food. Nothing could ever possibly go wrong. We're gonna buy all that's left. Exactly $58. Perfect. We have no money. No. But Nox says, gee, now that I doubted an actioneer is progging more, I think I'll stop counting it now. Okay, so roadmap shows us that I think we have 1 or 2 more stops before we arrive in Safe Haven. Might only be 1, I don't recall. Oh, horde of zombies, small and docile. Let's attempt to sneak through. I mean, we could shoot through, but we haven't tried sneaking through yet. And they're docile. Hey, uh-oh. Oh, hey, buddies. How's it going? Yeah. We hugged them with our station wagon. Oh, don't mind, just 800 miles to the airbase. Works through with my 798. That's not a big deal. That's not gonna consume so much fuel at all. No. You're not just gonna be running out of fuel. I'm going to do a bit of scavenging since it's early in the day and zombie activity's low. 798 miles. Okay, sure, game. I don't have a perk that's giving me more food pickups here. We're just swimming in food. So I guess that's a thing. You know, worst things could happen. The game, again, has been relatively good to us. It certainly has the potential for being a lot ruder, especially after you've now invested over 2.5 hours in the run. We might have to trade for fuel. No. We'll see. Dark Destiny sat too hard on 4 scrap and ruined it. Thanks, buddy. We had to spend some time cleaning out the duct tape guts from the car. We're done. Okay. Well, stars know how the bandit got the opportunity to swipe 4 fuel from our car as we're flying down the road at 60 miles per hour. I guess it's because we had to spend so much time cleaning out the scrap guts from the vehicle that the thief saw the perfect opportunity. It's not as bad as stealing 13 oxen from me yesterday bad, but it's unfortunate. Because we definitely will have to trade for fuel now. Like, it's done. Like, I will have to use the trade mechanic this time. Alright. I had avoided it up to this point, but, you know, despite the great fortune here, that's the rudeness of the game in action. That's also rude. Alright, thankfully we do have plenty of food that we can use for waiting for proper trades, and I think Oregon Trail, unlike Oregon Trail, is weighted to offering you the things that you actually need if you don't have them, instead of having people who are coming to ask you for your oxen when you have no oxen. So, let's go look for a trade. What other tire for 45 of your ammo? No. 70 of your food for 2 of their fuel? Done. 1 of your... No! Alright. We're back in business, but I did have to use the trade mechanics. Alas. Okay, events. Whatever you say. Okay, we only lost 5 scrap. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. We're gonna do some hunting. Hello, newcomers and arrivals. We are towards the tail end of well, before it's over, a 3-hour Oregon Trail run on the 3rd of 4 difficulties. I haven't played Oregon Trail for quite some time. It's been at least 2 years. Hell, I might not have even run the game since 2013. In addition, we're doing a PG-13 run. This came up as a joke before I started playing properly. Just a sort of like a self-imposition upon myself, and I've extended it to the chat. For the most part, we've been kid-friendly, but because of the few mild things that have been done in this game, including but not limited to gratuitous amounts of action and death, really we're PG-13. Of course, in American society these days, PG-13 means gratuitous amounts of action and violence, with some mild suggestion of drug paraphernalia and sexual situations, along with some obscenities, such as damn, or hell, and maybe on occasion a bitch. As long as they're used in poignant moments, but I am holding chat to greater standards than I'm holding myself. If at any moment I violate my own arbitrary standards that I've imposed on everyone, I will re-enable dashboard chat and remove these restrictions I placed upon you. Guess I gotta entertain myself somehow while we're doing this run. Let's do one more scavenging attempt. It is low difficulty. We're gonna get gobs of food. It's better than doing the scavenging stuff later on in the day, you know. After I have to stop the car, because we're out of fuel. I didn't need to pick up that food, but I did. We're in food excess territory. That shopping cart was as much as we could haul back. I had hoped to play another game after this. Certainly not gonna do another run of Oregon Trail. This has gone on longer than I anticipated, and I knew these runs could take a while. But it's probably not going to be anything too intensive. You know what? I should probably use this time to actually look for trades. Since I had to trade in order to get some fuel. I'll probably use this time to look for some trades. Yeah. While we're waiting for the rain to end. Send your scrap for one of your muffler. Just in case, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, all the fuel I'm swimming in. Rain's probably done. I stand corrected. Great. I'm glad our one can of all the empty cans that we had, we put the fuel in the leaking can. Well. So. One of my tires, we'll make a deal. Shaman, of course, is role-playing arch-conservative free speech laws. Here we are at the airbase. Zombies ate my neighbors. Combat trainer has medkit scavenger. Well, that's a terrible thing to pick up, you know, at bloody near the end of the game. What kind of jobs you got for me? That's what kind of jobs you got for me. We probably won't need all that food to make it, so I'm gonna sell some of it. We're gonna buy 2 of those fuel things. I'm thinking 5 cans of fuel is good enough for us to get to the end of the game at this stage. But you know, games proved me wrong before. We'll also sell a whopping 10 of our scrap. Buy some of those bullets there. We got plenty of ammo. We got plenty of stuff, which is cool. We got stuff. I like stuff. You like stuff, so I'm not gonna do those jobs. Train's gonna be slowly approaching us, by the by. I guess I'll just go roll. 450 miles of safe haven. I think 5 cans will do it. Barring a thief. Bladed Edge sat too hard on 31 ammo and ruined it. Why are you sitting on the ammo, Bladed Edge? Why did we even trust you with ammo? These are important questions to ask. Heavy fog? Why don't we stop and wait for the fog to go away, train? Repair the station wagon. Yes, train! Everyone knows train. Very good. And again, I just want to say, like a 3-hour time investment, pretty much. It's not as if I played slowly. I put this car on turbo not too terribly far into the run. You know, like... This run has taken an incredible amount of time, and it's all at risk here. My 7 medkits won't matter when we get to the final battle. Might as well just set them on fire. Might as well just sit on them and ruin them. The game has been fairly polite with its situations and not been overly rude. Game, there's no need for you to suddenly decide that now is the time to be rude. Alright, good rippin'. Rippin'. I was gonna say rip in peace. Rest in peace and peace. Now, Bladed Edge has measles. Now we got lost on a backcountry road for an hour. Sure, why don't we go investigate here? Nah, we're not gonna loot the place, we're not gonna take out the supplies. It's not right to steal from those people. We're just gonna leave. Okay. Safe Haven. Hey there, welcome to Safe Haven. I'd let you in, but our power grid is down for maintenance. You need to power the bridge if you want to get in. There should be an old gas generator and some fuel lying around. Go gather it up and hurry. Looks like there's a horde heading this way. This is a Left 4 Dead finale. Gather fuel and bring it back to the generator. You can carry 2 at a time. Your party will replace you if you fall. They will also provide covering fire from the station wagon. That's right! Yeah, if you fall, because that can happen, you know. With 7 medkits, don't have time to rub your body with 7 medkits, because we're not actually playing Left 4 Dead. We're going to bring the pistol with us. And so, the crew that we've hauled with us this entire time will actually be useful. They'll actually shoot dudes. We gotta bring back 8 gas cans. We'll probably succeed in doing that. Or we might fail. It'll be exciting either way, right, folks? And I'm not going to be seduced overly much by these ammo pickups because we do have quite a bit of ammo. I see that hand peeking out there. Wow, that is rude, game. Not that I'm surprised that rude game is rude.
Oh, hey, did you know this game's rude?
Finale doesn't appear to have changed much since the last time I've seen it. Although those hand pop-outs are definitely a new thing. For me. Along with those signs. Not that they do anything as far as I can tell. Also, it's worth noting that we've sent Dark Destiny out here. Like, I haven't actually come out myself, or Ninja Babies hasn't come out himself. We put Dark Destiny on the chopping block. Hey guys, do your job. Let's make sure I'm fully loaded. Clear that tiny one for me, please. Okay. Here we go. You know, it would be nice if I could move and shoot simultaneously. That's something you can do in the original Oregon Trail. This whole having to stop and shoot thing is annoying me, especially because I'm using a pistol. Come on, man. You know, we definitely sent out Dark Destiny Soul here to die for our sins. This mouse aim thing, gotta be the death of me. Just because the shooting mechanic, not 100% reliable. Sometimes the mouse decides to go for a little spin. Or rather, the input does. It doesn't properly register it. It hasn't led to any grand failures yet, just some close calls. Alright, everyone, gather round. Don't be shy. Dark Destiny is here to kill the Zeds for our sins. We got plenty of gun bullets. It helps that so many are laying around during the finale. Get that guy. Good. Move on out. Got 2 more cans to get. Of course, this might be a bit easier if, you know, we were traveling in pairs instead of everyone but one person sitting at the station wagon. But, you know, game limitations and all that, right? This is just good game design. I'm not exactly sure how serious or sarcastic I'm being with that statement. Well, that wasn't too awful. Had a stressful moment or two, but, I mean, entire party's in good shape. Someone had the measles there, but no one's been infected. When we finish, we bring plenty of supplies with us. And because this is, you know, just director's cut and not final cut, you don't have your crazy Cthulhuian final boss. We're done. Great reward, right? We don't even have our cool credit sequence pop up where we just drive around and kill enemies. So we'll go ahead and enable... Well, there's a Halloween mode. So we'll just go ahead and enable this. That was a run-through of Oregon Trail. The 3-hour run-through of Oregon Trail. No one died. We didn't even really get a score breakdown. No, just like, here's your points, here's the multiplier. Ta-da! Yeah, like, we had some minor illnesses, you know, broken ribs, broken arms, broken legs, measles, diarrhea, dysentery, rather. Yeah, but, I mean, we had like a thief pop up and steal some fuel. We had some minor inconveniences, but overall, that was a pretty good run. I only got hit once, and after that I bought body armor that never ended up being used. We didn't really have to trade there, except for towards the end, whenever I ran out of fuel, because a thief stole it. We had plenty of ammo, plenty of food. Food wasn't an issue, except for at the beginning of the game when I actually bought some. We're swimming in quite a few supplies there, despite playing this game on dangerous, rather, which is the second hardest difficulty in the game. And all the while, mentally challenging myself to adhere to my arbitrary PG-13 restrictions. How about that? No, Marvin, no one stole the station wagon. Yeah, so it was a rather... Like, Oregon Trail is just, like, mentally draining from how much you have to apply yourself for so long of a period of time, and knowing that if you screw the pooch, like, there goes, like, 3 hours of your life or whatever. And from my understanding, having seen some of the mechanics of, you know, Final Cut, from watching some folks experience it, I think it's even worse there. Particularly with Cthulhu Final Boss. Maybe I should have attached a spoiler alert to that statement. You've either seen it by this point or you haven't, right? It's like, if you're gonna talk about the latest Star Wars movie that came out, I don't really think a spoiler alert tag is necessary, because quite a bit of the movie has disseminated into popular culture. You know, it's relevant. I just watched that recently. Having already known some of the details about it, I wasn't angry about that. Whenever you're a broadcaster, it's hard to escape people, like, flooding into the hitbox chat, you know, screaming as much and as often as they can. Kylo Ren killed Han Solo. Especially whenever their usernames are Kylo Ren killed Han Solo. There feels like more credits than there have been. Are there more people to thank for this damn game? I know they didn't do, like, another Kickstarter of the game. I just feel like I've killed more than I have. But, you know, there is that fading effect of memory. It has been some time and all. Right. So I just wanted to wind down and talk about our wonderful time together here. I'm hardly paying attention to the screen, mostly reading chat. Yeah, this was a pretty fortunate run that I had. There were some minor rudenesses, such as losing, you know, that one stretch when all the car parts were just consumed in a blaze of glory. I had 7 medkits left over, like several hundred ounces of food, all of the bullets. I brought a lot of supplies with me in the safe haven. I wasn't just like some desperate parasite. We could contribute, right? You know, with us, meat was back on the table. None of us were even bitten. Like, what, one person walked in with measles? Oh, big wolf. A few hours, that'll be cleared right up. There seriously do feel like more zombies on this credit screen. Like, did they just expand, like, the entire Reddit list? Like, I ran over Reddit not too long ago. I ran over all of Reddit. Whatever. I guess since this sequence doesn't pop up at the end of the game and is its own separate button, now that we're just gonna throw in even more Zeds, I could eat this at any point in time. I'm not tired of it right now, but I'm close. 350, I'm good with that. I'll let those two tell the story. Alright, men who wear many hats. I'm done with this.